the session, first session. So this session is going to be about, you might have seen the agenda, role of WinApp driver. So we have Ilango with us. So this session will help you to understand about what is WinApp driver and how can it be implemented in our project, those things. And at the end of each session, we will be having a poll. So just 3 questions it will be having just to get the feedback, so that it will definitely helpful for us to prepare upcoming ODCA events. So please take your time at the end of the session. So now I will give it to Ilango for the session.
And
Ilango.
before that, so if you have any Q&As that needs to be answered, so kindly post it in the Q&A. We will take it up at the end of session.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks. Over to you, Ilango. I think you're in mute.
Your keynote, and it was very insightful. Hello,
Yes, Ilango.
yeah. Sorry, actually, I was having network problem. Yeah, thanks, Jaya, for your keynote. It was very insightful, and actually, I'm turning off my video because I'm facing a little bit of a network issue now. So sorry for that. And I'll share my screen. 1 minute. You just confirm whether my screen is visible or not.
Yes, Ilango. It is visible.
Yeah, thanks for work. Is it visible, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Ilango, you are audible.
Hello.
Maybe
Sorry, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, Ilango.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, it was me. So to start with, thank you work organizers for giving me this platform to showcase my experience with the WinApp driver. And now today we are going to just see what is that WinApp driver, like what is the role of WinApp driver in test automation, exactly where it fits, and whether if you're coming up with the same kind of criteria to select a tool for a desktop automation tool, basically the Windows application. So there we will be using WinApp driver that we are going to just look today. So myself Ilango Venkatesan, and I'm coming from Salem, and so I have 6 years experience in QA. 1 minute. Yeah, so when we are proceeding with the test automation tool selection, like when we start a project, we will be just when we want to proceed with the test automation types of application we'll be choosing. We'll be having in hand that what type of application, whether it is a desktop or web application or hybrid application. So then after knowing that, we will be having some project requirements, like some set of criteria we will be following to choose the test automation tool. In this case, we are having let's assume we are having a Windows application, not that desktop application. I am just talking about only Windows application. So because desktop application, Mac OS as well, we have Linux apps and all, but in this session we are going to see about the Windows application. So we are having Windows application, and in that case we need to choose some tools. In that place, what we'll be just checking that criteria to choose a tool. That's the first kind of a step we'll be following. These are criteria we might follow. The project requirement, like what exactly project just asks from us, we are having Windows application that contains web contents as well inside it. Sometimes we don't have web contents, but in that case we will be choosing a automation tool which will handle only a Windows application. Means that would be like very difficult for us to integrate both separately. We can't just provide a test automation solution like separately for a Windows application, one test automation solution, or else web application test automation solution. We can't just split it, so we need an integrated one. So that's where project requirement we need to focus on what exactly project requirement. Then the supported technologies, the tool which we are choosing, that should follow that sorry, that should support the technology what that Windows application has been built upon. We have UWP, WPF, WinForms, Win32, these kind of technologies, SAP GUI, lot of technologies we have to we are having to develop that Windows application. So our tool, Windows application automation tool, should support these technologies, because like we will be having one solution and then we will be just integrating some other technologies in future. That time we can't just completely migrate from one test automation solution to another one. We can't scrap all this test automation solution. In case if your test automation tool which you are already working on provides that provides a facility to just support that technology which you are going to migrate, that would be good actually. So that's why we will focus on supported technologies as well. Then the supported programming languages, means that tools which we are using, our library which we are choosing, that should support programming languages which our team is skilled already. We can just for only provide only get the test automation solution, we can scrap our whole team, and sorry, we can just release whole team and form a new team. Already our team might be sorry, our team might be skilled in Java, but if you are tool we are choosing, let's say UFT, if you are choosing, we need to like train the team in VB script. So that might take some time to adopt that like a new tool for the test automation solution. So that's why we need supported programming languages, so we should look for. And then project object model, sorry, page object model support. If you take a robot framework and auto IT and all, that won't support page object models. But most of the test automation solutions we are following that POM only, POM design pattern. That's what we are using. That is what providing us a most efficient and like robust solution. So that's why if it is supporting page of POM, then it will be good. Then the coding skills required, it's just similar to the supported language, programming language, that our team should have the skills required already, will be having the skills. If that test automation tool which we are choosing, that is just requiring very minimal, like even beginner could work on that automation tool, means that would be good actually for the team to expedite that initial environmental setup for the test like framework setup. So that would be good. Then the CI/CD support, of course we started with the agile and we are moving towards everything CI/CD. So our test automation solution should be able to integrate it with the CI/CD, Jenkins or Azure pipeline, then GitLab, any of it. Then licensing cost, in my opinion licensing cost should be omitted, because if you keep that but still that might play some role, that might save some cost if it is free. But we shouldn't just put our quality in question on while taking that licensing cost. If you want to go for the freeware tool, just while selecting itself, they most of the people like initially they used to keep just licensing cost at the first point for the solution. They will just ask simply, you just use freeware tool, that we can't afford that licensing cost of the tool. That is omitted nowadays, so we can just ignore the licensing cost. And guys, if you have any doubts, just post it on chat, like I'll address it on the QA session. So when we are just looking at these criterias, there is a tool which can mostly in most of the cases it will fit in our requirement, that is that our WinApp driver. So this WinApp driver is a library. just built upon a Selenium and developed and backed by Microsoft. And because it is backed by Microsoft. Microsoft is only Microsoft is developing Windows, supporting Windows application, developing Windows application as well. So they will just will be able to provide you a solution for the future technologies also. We have Vinium as well that will check in that later point of view. Other tools, not only Vinium by Microsoft. But why I am just mentioning, because Microsoft will enhance this WinApp driver in future as well for the new technologies, in case if they're introducing into in that Windows platform OS. So that's what Winamp driver. It is like similar to Selenium. It's built upon Selenium and using APM libraries as well. So both collaborated libraries the Winamp driver. I will just showcase this how to handle this Winamp driver in demo sessions. I will just provide a short demo how we are just launching an application, how we are handling every element and all. Everything I will just showcase in the demo session. Sorry. So these are the tools available in market. Like most of the tools which we are use common tools that I have listed here. Apart from WinApp driver, we have Vinium, Tricentis, Tasco, Test Complete, Microsoft UFT, Robo Framework, Auto IT, and White Framework. And also in White Framework, we have Coded UA as well. I will just give a quick one. Vinium and White Framework, Coded UA, these are deprecated one. It means deprecated means it's not like you can't use the Vinium White Framework. These also supports the similar type of application which WinApp driver will be supporting that Windows application, because we can't go like a web applications, because when a Windows application drivers has a lot of technologies, UWP, Universal Window Platform, and WPF, which is Windows Presentation Foundation, and WinForms, Win32. So these are the technologies, SAP GUI. So these technologies are supported by Vinium and White Framework, but those are deprecated. In case in future we are having a new technology, means this Vinium and White Framework might not help. If you are using in a project Vinium library in a framework, then your project tries to move out. Sorry, project team try to move out of that technology. That time Vinium, you need to just scrap all the test automation solution, and this it would be very very much high cost. Actually, you need to create a complete new test automation solution if you're using Vinium, because it is deprecated. So that WinApp driver is just a advanced of Vinium. Then we can just start using WinApp driver, means in future in case any new technology comes, Microsoft will provide that solution for it inside the same library. They will just upgrade that one. They'll just, it's an open source tool which we can get it from GitHub. Then Tricentis, Tasco, Test Complete, and UFT. These are coming under the similar one, like a licensing tool. But that licensing cost might not be the issue. But if you are taking UFT in case, that supports VB script, only VB script. That's not a language agnostic. Means your team should be skilled in VB script. That's a major drawback, because in case if you're having a team which is skilled in C#, we can just simply just hand it over to them the solution. Just use it, develop from UFT. We need to just train them from VB script, train them to adopt with the VB script. Then only they can provide that solution using UFT. So that's why that UFT Test Complete, Tasco, and all, we can just those are having some other characteristics. Then Robo Framework and Auto IT, these are little like that POM, that complex Robo Framework and Auto IT. We need to have a complex codings and the solution that might be little complex, because those are not having the POM supports. Design pattern, we can't follow that page object models design pattern over there in Robo Framework and Auto IT. So that is little drawback. If you want to use that, if you want to just simplify the solution, then you can't use the Robo Framework and Auto IT. So that is why we are just going for WinApp driver. So why WinApp driver? That capabilities, what WinApp driver could do apart from these common tools from the Windows application. So these supported technologies, these are supporting UWP, WPF, WinForms, WebView 2, Win32. This WebView 2 is not a Windows application technology. That is a added technology sorry, to the Windows application. Using WebView 2, we can present the web contents in the inside the Windows application. So that's where we are using WebView 2. Then supported language like Selenium. This WinApp driver also supports C Sharp, Java, Python, Ruby, and other programming language as well. Then, as I said earlier, this supports POM design pattern as well. Coding skills required. Whenever we start test automation training or something, where a new resource is starting a test automation training, definitely mostly they will choose the Selenium for that for their initial training. Since WinApp driver follow the Selenium like development, any resource could easily pick up that WinApp driver and start working on. So that's like little added advantage to the WinApp driver. Then element locating technology. We have two types of element locating technology. Like for a web application, we have dev tools. In this Windows application, we have inspect.exe. I will just showcase that inspect.exe in my demo session. And the WinApp driver UI recorder. Its UI recorder means it's not a playback tool. It just copies the XPath of, if you hover over to element, it will just copy the XPath of that element, any button or something, then it will give you. But personally, I will prefer inspect.exe. I'll be picking up inspect.exe. I will just showcase, because this WinApp driver UI recorder give you only the XPath, not that separate attribute. It's just like a complete export from the starting of the DOM structure. Then CI/CD support. How we are going to work with the Selenium, like Selenium solutions, test automation solutions, similar to that WinApp driver, we can follow the same CI/CD process. But only one difference is there is a two three prerequisites we should follow to execute this WinApp driver test automation solution. So that is little tricky, but it's not like it's not like impossible. It's like possible, little complex one. CI/CD support. And licensing cost, it is a freeware tool, and it's not open sourced. It's a partially open sourced one. Microsoft provides like approval for the contribution in the GitHubs. Like in supported technologies, only this survey covers, because
you have a question.
Yeah, Jay.
You can choose if you want to answer it right now.
Yeah, Jay.
You can see the Q&A.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah, there's a question. So is WinApp drivers automation supports web application?
It's not like WinApp driver supports web application. It is easily integrated. So we will be able to integrate that solution Selenium, because this WinApp driver, it's not a single library. It's a combined of Selenium and APM libraries. We can just integrate two drivers in web. I'll explain my experience with WinApp driver, because I had I had created one POC on a project where we are hosting web contents inside a Windows application. So we have created a framework which just handles both Windows application and web application in the same framework. So WinApp driver will do the work for Windows automation, test automation, and then Selenium could be integrated with the same solution. That's how it is. Like REST assured and web UI automation as well can be integrated, similar to that WinApp driver, and then the Selenium could be integrated together in a single framework.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Actually, I couldn't see the chat properly.
No, there's no other questions in the Q&A. So you can
Okay.
proceed with the presentation.
Yes, thanks, sir. So this technology, why I'm choosing it, like not like in web UI automation, Windows application differs from that there is a little difference from web UI, because here the technology plays some role. If our test automation solution wouldn't be able to support this technologies, then it would be like not useful at all. So why WinApp driver, we are just I'm just telling it can be most efficient. It supports some technologies which are used mostly in that market. In the market window to develop the Windows application, we are mostly using WPF WinForms and UWP, Universal Windows Platform. UWP means, WPF means Windows Presentation Foundation, and then Win32. Here in this survey, Win32 is not mentioned. So these four can be supported by WinApp driver. Other technologies are still there, SAP GUI and Oracle. Sorry, I couldn't get the Oracle one. SAP GUI and other one. So those and all not supported, but those are little minimal. We can opt for other automation, test automation tool in case if our project is using those technologies. Then when we come from architecture point of view, if you see this architecture looks similar to Selenium one. Just a little bit difference is the connection between Windows application and WinApp driver is UAI client here. There in Selenium we'll be using HTTP protocol. That is the only difference. So first we'll be just we are writing code from our preferred language, Java, C Sharp, Python, whatever it is. Then it will be converted into that using actually test runner means I mentioned here Eclipse Visual Studio. My bad, actually, sorry about that. I meant to say JUnit and Unit and all test runners. So through test runners when we are passing, our WinApp driver has the JSON wire protocol like Selenium. So those JSON wire protocols will convert the comments which could be understood by UAI client. So that UAI client would be enabling the connection between Windows application and WinApp driver. UAI client means user interface automation. So that is inbuilt in our all that Windows OS. So that is the one. This is just a pictorial representation what it is happening. So language will be just sending commands from our preferred languages that would be converted into JSON where protocol will convert into some bytecodes. Then that Windows WinApp driver will send the command to a client API. Then those will be sent to Windows app. Then whatever request, in case if you're sending click commands like similar to Selenium, that will be performed on Windows app. In case if we need any text, then Windows app will send the required text to the client UAA. Then client UAA API will send it to WinApp driver. Through that we will be getting in our output will be getting the text from that button or anything, whatever element we require. So that's like architecture of the WinApp driver. Sorry. So when this is just a summary of the pros whichever I mentioned earlier. Same like supports UWP, WPF, WinForms, Win32, these technologies. Then it's a freeware and language agnostic. We can we can derive a solution. Let's say POC on one language, let's say Java. And then in case if you're having a team which is skilled in C Sharp, you can directly ask them to develop the solution using C Sharp. It can be just a language agnostic, and like in our case, we had a team which is skilled in .NET C Sharp, and I was just providing solution in Java. I presented a POC to the client using Java, and then we hand over the solution to the team, and they were able to just adopt with the C Sharp as well. So that's what we did. Then this uses this W3C standards like Selenium. Then Selenium like development I have mentioned already. Active community community for the support. So we have active community means the Microsoft community is providing support for us in the WinApp driver. In future also they will continue to do that. So that's an added advantage. In case any new technology comes, Microsoft will definitely give some support for that in WinApp driver. Then same thing, able to achieve CI/CD with Azure Pipeline, Jenkins, and also the GitLab. Any questions you can post in chat. I will start the demo, just 10 minutes or 5 minutes, like short demo I will provide before moving on to that some cons or QA session.
There is a question in the chat, Elango.
Yeah.
So will WinApp support Selenium 4 as JSON wire protocol will not be in part of architecture?
Yeah, correct. Selenium 4 as well, it would be supporting that WinApp driver. I have integrated Selenium 4 as well in WinApp driver, but only the disadvantage is somewhere around some new methods. There will be like some library conflicts might happen because WinApp driver is libraries are from Selenium 3.1. 3.141. Yeah, 3.141.59. But Selenium 4 is using some other methods. So there will be some conflicts in some solution, not like all the solution. Let's say in our project, when we are integrating Windows application solution as well as a web application solution, we face some conflicts when we perform some operation. There was some conflict, so I just dissected Selenium 4 libraries, and I need to make some changes in the jar, customized changes. But it supports not completely. There might be some conflicts you might face, some complexity in futures when you are doing some larger solution.
Okay.
Because WinApp driver, they haven't upgraded to Selenium 4 in their library, because that uses little part of Selenium and APM libraries inside the WinApp library. They're using both.
Okay.
So they haven't adopted with the Selenium 4 yet.
Okay. So is Microsoft provide continuous update for WinApp driver?
Last update was coming on November. Last November we got one update, and after that there is no update. But they are working on the Docker implementation as well. There is a issue with the Docker implementation, so they are working on it. Soon they will provide the solution. That's what I got it from the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have a different framework like in Selenium in WinApp test automation, like hybrid data driven, QA driven, etc.?
No, that is up to us to create that framework. As of now, we could. As far as I searched, I didn't get any framework such that, but it supports everything. We can just integrate everything with the WinApp driver library.
Okay. Okay. So there are no more questions, Rango. We can proceed with the demo.
Yeah, sure. So before starting with the demo, we need to just have two things prerequisite in our hand. So that would be the developer mode. It should be run in developer mode always. The test should run in developer mode always. That we need to enable it from the settings.
Okay. So are you showing something, Rango, that we are only seeing the presentation? What?
Oh, okay. Maybe I will just a new share. I'll do screen whiteboard.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
The notepad and settings.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Sam. So we need to enable from the setting, we need to enable the developer mode. So when we are enabling developer mode, then only we will be proceeding with like we'll be able to enable the connection between WinApp driver and the Windows application. So that's where we need to enable this developer mode. So that is the first prerequisite. And also there is a WinApp driver exe. We need to run it. That agent should be always running in the command line, WinApp driver.exe. So I'll be just showing that. So if you search in, I already downloaded. Sorry. Yeah. So this 1.3 on okay. my information was outdated. They have given a one release on July 1st. I was using 1.21 that was released on November. So the Winamp driver version 1.3 you need to download and install in your local. That is like a simple download. You just need to click on it and it will be downloading one .msi file, this MSI file, and you need to just install that in your local. So once the installation has been done, I'll just pass on that links to you guys later on. So once you download the Winamp driver, you will be seeing that Winamp driver under program files. Yeah, so this Windows application driver you'll be seeing under program files once the installation has been done. So inside this Windows application driver, you can see the second last one, Winamp driver.exe. This should be running from the command line. So you can just Winamp driver.exe. So when you are running, you can see it is telling that Windows application driver listening for request at HTTP 127.0.0.1 and then the port 4723. That's a default port. In case if your application you are launching on different port, then you can just simply pass that port inside this Winamp driver.exe space 8080. Let's say you are just launching a calculator app in port 8080. You just need to work on it. Then you just pass that sorry, you just pass the port number after the Winamp driver.exe, or else you can just pass on this whole URL as well in here, like 27.0.0.1, then semicolon 8080. That you can pass here. That will listen to that. Sorry, 8080. Yeah, that will listen to that request at the port 8080. So that will enable the connection between Winamp driver and also our Windows application. So that's how we'll be able to work on these two prerequisites. We must be doing our before starting the test execution. I'll just make it listen to the default port, because when we launch calculator app, it will be launched on default port 4273. That's how it has been designed. Yes. So I will showcase how to launch an calculator app and how to identify that elements inside that calculator app, buttons or any other results. Then I will just then you guys will be getting to know how it is like Selenium like development. To start with, I'm just declaring Windows driver WD. Yeah. Before that, I will showcase what are the libraries I'm using here. So especially we don't have Winamp driver library. We are just passing on this Java client, which is APM1, and then the Selenium 141.59. So these two libraries we just need to download. So I have just put it in Maven dependency. It's already in Maven dependency downloaded. And then I'm going to start with this calculator demo. In web application, we'll be starting with WebDriver. Here we are just starting with the Windows driver. This is the only difference from the Selenium. And also launching part would be different. Sorry. Yeah. Then we are setting some desired capabilities. So this desired capabilities only we are going to tell that Winamp driver what application we have to launch and which platform we are using. So that's what we are going to just defined over here, because in WebDriver will be just telling that which driver, where the driver is, set property we will do, and then we will just provide that URL. Windows application doesn't have the URL, it just have the path actually where it resides, the exe file. So that we need to just pass in this desired capabilities. So I'm going to set the capability that app. There are two ways to launch the application. One is you can take the app ID from properties, which is task management. You can get it. app ID from the properties. Sorry. And also app directory where that exe file resides. So when I'm just going to showcase both. So I launched the calculator app over here. Then I'm opening this task manager. Yeah. So if you right click on it and just click on properties, you are getting one name actually, proper that app ID. This is called app ID. In properties general, under the general folder icon would be there. There you will be getting the property of the calculator app. So actually my machine has some difficulty in this generating this property, sorry, app ID. So we need to make some tweak into in it. These junk values I need to remove, that version and all. So this is the app ID you might get from your sorry, your machine. So this will launch either it will launch the calculator. In case if already launched, it will just take the session from it. I have launched manually. In case if I this is already launched and I'm doing the process of clicking any buttons and all, this would be just using the existing session. It won't create a new calculator session. If it is not launched, I closed it, then it will be launching this calculator app. That's what it does here. And also we have some other capabilities like set capability, platform, but this is not necessary at all. Platform, Windows we need to give, device Windows PC, that and all we need to provide, but this is not necessary. This is not mandatory thing. Even if you are not providing it, it is fine, because it will take it as a Windows only by default. You just need to provide this app ID. Sorry. So I need to just wd equal to new Windows driver. I'm initializing Windows driver over here, new URL. So we need to provide the URL where that calculator app has to be launched. That URL you can get it from here. So this is only we are just launching this URL. Yeah. And then comma capabilities. We are passing the capabilities. Yeah. Yep. So calculator has been launched. We just I just did a 1 minute. Yeah, what I did, I just passed on that desired capabilities, that app ID. I took it from task management and I passed on through this URL which where that calculator has to be launched and the capability. So this calculator has been launched in this URL and default port, and then we can just start working on it. How we can work on it? We need to have the inspect tool. That tool we will be getting either inbuilt one Windows application kit, where there will be a Windows application kit under program files. 1 minute. Yeah. So this Windows kits, either it would be inbuilt in your machine, or else you can download from Google Windows SDK. You just need to download Windows SDK. Yeah. So Windows 10 SDK, if you download and install, you'll be automatically getting this Windows kits. Inside the Windows kits, you will be having this inspect.exe under 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah. So here inside Windows 10 bin and under the latest version of Windows OS 64. If your machine is 32, then you can go on 86, and this is 84-bit machine. So 84, inside 84, I am getting this inspect.exe. When you are launching, you'll be getting a list of trees, what and all application has been launched. Inspect, meeting control, Zoom meeting has been launched. Every application. We are going to work on calculator, so I can open the calculator. Inside the calculator window, what I'm going to work, I just need to just check. 1 minute. Otherwise, I can just click on this, hover over. Okay, launched. Yeah. So this inspect.exe would be simple to use when it's little complex to it will look little complex when we are using dev tools and all for web UI, but this is a simple tool which will provide all the attributes. Let's say now I just hover over on the result text box. You can see in the right side there are a lot of attributes. You can choose what attribute you need to pick and then just define it as a XPath. Sorry guys. Yeah, you can just choose which attribute to work on and just you can use it in the our solution. Mostly you can choose either of name, this name, or else automation accessibility ID. That ID is similar to the ID what we are using in our web application, similar to that. Yeah, so here name is not, oh, sorry. Here you can see in the right side, second one is name attribute. That is not a static one. You can't use it here because display is 0 means as of now it is displayed 0. That's why it is showing display 0. But when you are getting a result 9, it will be displayed 9. So that's why we can't use a name attribute here. Instead of which we can use a automation ID or else accessibility ID. You will be getting in this what this automation ID would be calculator results. I'll just perform a basic operation. This is wd dot find element. You can see that there are a lot of not like Selenium. Here we can get a lot of find elements methods. Find element by class name, CSS selector, ID, line text, name. These and all will be in Selenium. Will be just mentioning it inside find element method. Will be passing that by interface. So, but here it is just inbuilt one by name, by automation ID and all. So by name, I am just passing 5 dot click. Yeah. So here it just launch the calculator app and just clicked on 5. This 5, how I picked it, because I have worked on this calculator, and in inspect.exe, if you hover over in 5 on the 5, you can get actually. So when I hover over on the 5 in the inspect.exe, you can see that name is 5. So that I just passed on the 5 and perform click operation, and it just clicked on 5. Similar to that, we can use anything like for 5 plus symbol. We can just hover over it, just tell plus and click plus 4 equals 9, and then we can fetch this result of 9 and we can validate it. How we are just handling the Selenium test automation solution. Similarly, we can use it. Only the difference is launching part. This launching lines would be different from other things. That's how it differs from Selenium. And 1 minute. Yeah, and I'll go. That's it. Actually, short demo. I just want to wrap it up quicker. That's why. Then when we are looking into the cons, it's not I can mention it as a con. Winamp driver could do something. It might not. We can't expect it to do something. So that's why I just mentioning what it can't do. It's not a cons. They design it to do that one. That is doing their purpose, but what it does, it is not doing that. I'm just mentioning it here. It can't run that application on Windows 8, like below Windows 10, whatever OS versions we have, we can't run the test. But it doesn't mean like that one application which we have developed for Windows 7, we need to take the Windows 7 application and install it in Windows 10 and we can perform the test. Still it is possible. But this test we can't run it on Windows 10. Why? Because this Windows driver.exe, which enables this connection, that can run only in Windows 10. And that is why we can't run this test, Winamp driver test, in Windows below versions Windows 10. And then Windows Server 2016 and above also we can just run the test. Then apps written by SAP GUI, Oracle Form, Dev Express, Infragistics, these technologies support has not been provided by Winamp driver. And then Docker implementation is still under development phase only, because there is some complexity in triggering this Winamp driver.exe. So there is a like, as in a physical mission, we can trigger that Winamp driver.exe and enable the connection between Winamp driver and Windows driver, but sorry, Windows application. But in Docker it is little bit tricky, so that's why that solution, a workaround, they are just checking on it. Then doesn't support Mac OS and Linux apps because it is a Windows only for design for Windows applications. So that's it from my end, guys, and I'm open to question.
There are questions, Rango.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so first, what kind of reporting it is providing? So the reporting.
Yeah, Windows driver doesn't provide the reporting, because if you're seeing Selenium also, Selenium doesn't provide any reporting. We just integrate TestNG and get the reports, and also extended reports we are integrating. Similarly, we can integrate same thing actually, log4j, everything we can integrate with the Winamp driver like Selenium.
Okay, so yes, Winamp driver automate every web application, or is it having any limitations?
Yeah, limitation is the technology, tech stacks. As mentioned in cons, it is having difficulty in automating Windows application which are developed using SAP GUI, Oracle Forms, Dev Express technologies and all.
Okay. So there is a question of asking a demo code post session. So are you able to share that?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I will share this useful links. I have created GitHub, like I shared my code in GitHub. I will just share it with everybody.
Okay.
This useful links, I will share it with them.
That's it, Ilango. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you for your valuable presentation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, Rango.